Hello, everybody. Getúlio Tamid here with you. I'm an English Portuguese teacher as a foreign language, and I help individuals who got stuck at the intermediate level to succeed, to get out of the comfort zone, and simply improve and speak better. And tonight, I really want to talk to you. I would like to stir you up and provoke you, and to talk to you about why you can't speak English better. But before we start talking about this, or start talking about that, I really need a favor. I really need you to subscribe to this channel right away. Thumbs up, like this video, and turn a little bell on to get the notifications. Yes. Well, it seems that one of my connections is having issues over here. I've just received a message from the whole stuff. Let's see. But the thing is, why can't you speak English better? Well, there are a zillion things I would number here for you, but I'm going to try to number just a few things for you to understand why. First of all, because according to, I don't know if you've ever heard about that, but there is a philosophy uh, developed and created by a philosopher called Jeremy Bentham. And you can find, this is not a secret, you can find this thing that I'm going to tell you in Professor Michael Sandel's class, The Right Thing to Do. It's a series like Justice Harvard. And there is a very interesting lesson there about pain and pleasure, the cost benefit analysis. So, according to this philosophy, we maximize pain, we maximize pleasure in order to reduce the effect of pain. We avoid pain and we maximize pleasure. Simple like that. So, our brain automatically will do their best in order to avoid pain, and will do its best also to avoid pain and maximize pleasure. So if I know it's going to be a pain, I will avoid it. And that's why we avoid and we procrastinate, we avoid hard work, we avoid toil, we avoid, a long suffering moment in our lives. We do avoid bad moments because we know we will suffer. No surprise that in the bereaving moments when somebody loses a relative, for example, that's the first thing we do in the beginning. In the very beginning, there is this negation period that we refuse. We, we refuse to believe that we have lost a person. Simple like that. And we do that. Why do we do that? Because we want to avoid the whole thing. We want to avoid suffering. It's not different in terms of learning English or learning any other languages, especially you, if you live in Brazil, if you're not a native speaker. I'm not a native speaker myself. Yes, I was not born speaking English. I was born in Brazil. I was raised in Brazil. And I started learning English at the age of 8 years old. Oh, okay. So you might tell me, oh, all right. So that was way easier for you, but it was not easier. I still make a lot of mistakes, but I'm each and every day, I teach and I try to improve my English each and every day, listening to podcasts, reading articles, reading magazines, reading everything I can read, preparing my lessons as well. And I do my best to improve my English each and every day, which is a pleonasm, isn't it? Redundancy, no problem at all, because a lot of people speak like that. But most people in Brazil, they got stuck at that intermediate plateau because they acquired a certain level of English, which is quite comfortable. It's quite comfortable to communicate. And they can send emails, they can listen to a lecture, and participate in meetings and everything. But when it comes in terms of making a presentation or be in front of everybody making a presentation, that is a hardship. That is a quite difficult moment for everybody. And we tend to avoid these moments by procrastinating, by avoiding participating in the meetings, and just going with the flow and not really tackling the problem. We know a certain level of verb tenses, but we never dig deeper in order to learn other verb tenses. We don't improve vocabulary because we are not always looking for something new or learning something different or maybe reading something else, because we do what we got to do and it's over. Goodbye. I'm going to go home and that's fine. We do that because we want to avoid pain. We want to avoid suffering. Simple like that. And it's not your fault. It's not because you are irresponsible. It's not because you are incompetent. It's not because you are, no, not at all. It's because your brain was designed to feel pleasure and not pain. Pain is only a sign. Pain is only a mechanism to help us, to tell us that something is wrong. So imagine people who wouldn't have no, people who don't have any sensitivity, in their hands or their limbs in the body. If they get hurt, they don't know that they're bleeding, and that's really dangerous. So the pain is a good sign that something is wrong. So the principle number one that you have to consider is that if you have a pain, so we're not talking about a physical pain, but we're talking about a psychological pain over here. If you have a psychological pain for not being good enough in terms of speaking English, it's because something is not right. Something is wrong. And what is wrong? You are avoiding your progress. You're avoiding your success. And why are you avoiding your success? Because there is a price to pay. And if you don't pay the price, I'm sorry, my friend, but I'm going to tell you, everything in this life has a price. And if you don't pay the price, you're not going to get it. So a lot of people complain, I haven't finished my studies. I haven't majored in the university and I don't have a college degree. Okay, go for it and get it. Yes, but it's too expensive. All right, you can study like distance learning. It's cheaper. Yeah, but it's so hard because I have to wake up very early in the morning and hit the books or hit the videos and start. It's so heavy. I don't have time. Make your time. Make it happen. Wake up earlier in the morning. So if you wake up at 7 in the morning, start waking up at 5 in the morning. Okay, don't come with that bullshit like, okay, work while they're sleeping. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about putting an extra effort for you to accomplish things. Simple like that. So this word is going to go for everybody. It's going to go to everybody here is just pushing, pushing the things ahead and saying, no, one day I'll do it. One day I'll do it. But you never, and then you never do it. You never make it happen. I know, I've already been there. I've already procrastinated a lot. I've already pushed things away from me, whenever I had an opportunity to accomplish things. But this time is over in my life because I really want to accomplish things and more things, no matter how old I get. And I don't care because the future doesn't exist. If you think about a future and then you're worried about a future, so just let me tell you something that you will already know, or if you don't know, nobody told you that, the future does not exist. There is no future. There is only the present. But what you do in the present will shape your future if there is a future. And that's why we do what we do in the present. So take the present. I know it's a jargon. I know a lot of people have already spoken like that and say, okay, take the present as a gift and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But it's for real. I'm going to tell you now some things that I do. I'm not going to number like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. No, I'm going to tell you spontaneously because this video is really much for me to exercise my speaking as well. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what I do to improve my English, what I did to improve my English. First thing number 1 that I did when I was younger, when I was a teenager and I had time to do that, I always not only listened to music, but I learned the lyrics of the songs. I really wanted to learn what the songs were telling me, were saying, and I always tried to write down the lyrics of the songs and learn how to sing. No matter if you don't know how to sing, you can learn a song, okay? So, number 2, if I can number that, number 2, I wanted to know what the actors in movies were saying, so I started studying movies. And if there is something that adults can't do is repetition. Why? Because every time we start an exercise in the classroom or stuff like that, teenagers, especially teenagers and adults, tend to say, oh, this exercise again. Oh, I'm fed up and sick and tired of this exercise once again. And I pretty much remember one class that I had with a student, and he said, I suggested him that he would speak slowly, more slowly, in order to improve and in order to correct the mistakes little by little. And he started speaking fast and tried to improvise, but he made a lot of mistakes. And I thought, wait a minute, buddy, first of all, let's do the thing slowly, that thing slowly. And if you do that thing slowly, no, but it's too boring and stuff. And I said, if you do it slowly 100 times correctly, no, not 100 times, but I said something like this. If you do it 10 times slowly without making any mistakes, we can move on to a faster track, a faster way. But if you try 10 times and you make 7 times, for 7 times you make mistakes, you're training the error, and you're not training the correct, you're training the error, because it's 70% of mistakes and only 30% of correct things. So speak slowly. Nobody needs to speak fast in order to look like or seem like or sound like this person is fluent. Nobody needs to speak fast. It's a myth that you need to speak fast in order to be fluent. You don't need to do that. Well, if I can say number 3, I study. I hit the books. I grab a grammar book each and every day, and I look at a topic, and I try to solve some problems. I do that. Number 4, I play games in English. I go to apps. I always try to find apps or games, word games and stuff like that, in order to improve my vocabulary as well. Number 5, did I say number 4? For number 5, I always listen to the radio. I always listen to podcasts in English. I turn my cell phone in the morning into a podcast broadcaster, and I listen to news. I listen to interviews. I listen to a lot of people each and every day. I do that. Number 6, I never miss an opportunity to talk to foreigners. And one way that I found in order to grab that opportunity was when I started teaching Portuguese to foreigners, because I could teach them things about my country, about Brazil, and things about my language, because I could teach them Portuguese in exchange for English. So I never missed the opportunity. Don't be afraid of talking to foreigners. Grab that opportunity as gold. It's a golden opportunity. So go there and get it. Simple like that. So if you do these things, if you study, if you acquire new vocabulary each and every day, if you talk to foreigners, if you practice, if you record yourself, you can make your own podcast for your personal studies and compare your progress and everything. You can show a friend who speaks English better than you. If you do these things, you will never need English classes to learn. What am I telling you here is that I'm putting my neck on, you know, on the line because I might be without students if I'm telling you the secret. Yeah, that's right. I'm telling you a secret like how to teach yourself English or how to improve, how to get out, move on, get out of the comfort zone and speak better. That's it. So those are my pieces of suggestion for you tonight. That's it. Thank you very much.